What up, Sen City? Today we're going to be doing a special podcast where we get to better know the leadership behind the Sen team. We got JohnQT, Kaplan, and Drew. And I'd like to also give a reminder that we have an extended cut on Sen Society where the coaches are going to reveal some funny secrets about the players. But with that being said, let's get into it. How is it for you guys coaching this team? Like, do you feel the pressure from the fans, or at this point, are you kind of used to it? Has it affected you?
I got used to it in the last year. Last year was really hard.
Yeah,
like
you've already dealt through like the shitstorm, I guess.
Yeah, you can't survive 2023 Sentinels and not be ready to just like deal with any noise or pressure.
Has it been nice to get some like positive feedback?
Yeah, I love it.
It's probably been like a minute for that.
Yeah, I love the fans, and like people talk about Sentinels fans being pretty harsh sometimes, but that's because they love the team and are more passionate than any other orgs fans. Like, if you look at some of these sports teams, like in the way after like a NFL team loses, like people are brutal. Yeah, but that's because they are just so.
They just want to see them win.
They just love that team and want to see them win so bad. And I think that Sentinel sticks out in having such passionate and sometimes angry fans because they have the most passionate and invested fans. So I've gotten to be able to tune it out when I think it'll affect my work if we're struggling, and then I tune in when I know it's going to be positive and boost me up, and I just I kind of know what I'm getting myself into depending on the day if I'm opening Reddit or not.
There's so many angles to it, but I think overall that's what makes Sentinels such a great brand. The fans that are behind it. What about you, John? Like, how has the pressure been for you coming into this team?
I really haven't felt much of the pressure, to be honest, because I don't know.
It's off season still.
I mean, since I came in, we have been winning, to be honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
fair. You've been getting the nice side of it.
Valorant.
Yeah, I haven't seen the worst part, but I don't know. It doesn't really affect me that much, to be honest. And I also even when we're winning, I don't really look for compliments and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I like to be in my bubble, and the only real opinions that matters to me are people that are with me here every day working. Yeah. And my peers.
That's great.
Sometimes. So yeah, I guess. Because the fans, I get they're passionate, and when you lose, they're sad and they go off on it, and they win, they're oh my god, you're the GOAT. Yeah. One day they love you, next day they hate you, type of thing.
You don't stay you're not too focused on it. It's doing your job and making sure you're doing a good job.
Yeah, I also understand that they really only get to see the 5%. I feel
that's true.
I feel the match, what they see on match day is literally such a low percentage. Mm-hmm. Because they only see the bird's eye view. They don't see us every day working, the struggles we go through, the hardships, all the stuff like that. Why did we do this? We were just talking about the roles. I'm sure people were just oh, this guy is superstar on this Asian, should play this Asian.
Yeah, it's very just simplistic, the way I look at it. But there's actually so many layers to what's going on, and the narrative is most of the time probably incorrect.
Yeah. So I get that. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes it's frustrating, to be honest, because we're all human. Mm-hmm. But I kind of can take the step back and see, okay, they're just fans and just overreacting all the time.
They're just talking to talk. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of hardships that you guys are dealing with. One of them being the fact that you guys have Tenz, the superstar he is. He's popping off. He's the king of Valorant. He's a part of it. So what would you guys say you have to deal with dealing with a guy like him? Is there any extra levels to it, or how does that go?
I mean, he's an unbelievably down to earth guy given his circumstances. So it's been less unique than I think we'd expect. I mean,
what's the biggest thing you have to deal with Tyson? If you were to say something what's something that you have to deal with Tyson that you don't have to deal with other players?
For me personally, everyone tells me I look like him every second of my life.
Oh yeah, I know John was getting that because you guys had a similar hairstyle, right? For a little bit.
I don't know what we have similar, but
yeah,
I can't escape from it.
Yeah,
every day.
They're definitely memeing you guys a bit there.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something he has to deal with. What about you guys? I've heard something about Tyson. He gets sick a lot. How true is that?
Yeah.
He has you guys have to skip practice here and there, because he also skipped the match last season, right? Because he was sick.
Yeah. He doesn't have the best immune system in the world, but
we're working on it.
You guys are working on his immune system?
Priority number one.
Yeah.
We're making him the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. we're trying out some IV immune system boosting stuff for him. Like,
like getting IVs for him?
yeah, the
dude, you would be surprised like how deficient we probably are, and we don't even know it.
Right,
Especially because
like-
we're
Yeah.
gamers and we're
Yeah.
fucking sitting indoors all day. Our
Yeah.
bodies are just like crumbling before our eyes.
yeah, and our diets are not wonderful, and I don't think we're all taking all the supplements
Do
we
you guys
should.
have a nutritionist?
So no, but the org thought of having us do this basically like kind of like vitamins, nutrition.
Bro, why do we have pizza here? Like, we should never have pizza here. I feel
content
like we
days
gotta,
are special.
we gotta figure. Like, I feel like if we ever have pizza in the office, it should be a celebration. If you ask me,
We're celebrating that you're here.
yeah, like celebrating something. Because otherwise, I feel like, I mean, you gotta give yourself the right food to like think the right way. You know?
I mean, we never get pizza. To be
on
honest.
practice days,
On
you guys
practice
okay,
days,
this is
we
the
never-
content day. Maybe
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why. Okay, so it is a celebration.
We'll
in that
never
sense.
do like burgers or pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
or
So you guys do
anything like
eat fairly healthy when you guys are ordering meals for the players and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I know they've got like vitamins and like multivitamins
got
and
'em out
stuff in the
there.
kitchen. So
And the org thought of having us do this kind of IV like multivitamin thing before Korea. And then,
genius.
dude, we went to Korea.
Dude, you guys gotta do it before every event now.
Yeah, I went to Singapore after we did mid tourney. I was stressing out. We
Other
did
teams are
these-
gonna take this, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, health,
It's fair.
more health to everyone. We
More
did
health to
this
everyone, that's
meet
fair,
and
yeah.
greet where we're like signing like hundreds of things and shaking hands mid tournament in Korea, and I'm like, GG, we're all gonna get sick.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, also the stress and the
we
workload
didn't.
and the travel and the jet lag. There's just
Yeah.
so many layers to it,
Yeah.
and you want to be well prepared for it.
we all cruised right on
Yeah.
got through. Even after we won, we had a bit of a party week, celebrating, having fun. Nobody got sick.
You guys stayed extra, I heard, in Korea.
Oh,
yeah, we stayed a week.
All of you guys?
6 of us, I think.
6 of us. Yeah.
There you go.
Sasi and Pancata went back to Brazil.
They haven't seen their families in a
They haven't
while.
seen- yeah, exactly. That's the only chance they're gonna get. So.
Mm-hmm. That's cool that you guys did like a. You guys think you guys would have stayed if you didn't win?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
were
was
just
just
like-
like-
You guys were planning to stay
we wouldn't
regardless?
have, we wouldn't
Okay,
have
that's cool.
had as much fun.
That's
yeah, it
cool.
would have been just sad.
Yeah.
Just sad the whole time.
What about Zekken? This guy's like Zekken's like 18, just out of high school, and he's so young, but I feel like he's so mature for his age. Like, is there anything you would point out about handling his personality, or how is it with him?
I mean,
You've worked with him the longest.
yeah. When I moved to Valorant at the end of 2021, like I ended up teaming with Zekken. So Zekken's been my teammate since I came here, and I love the guy. I think he's special, honestly. Like to be as young as he is and taking on so much, like juggling school, like during like his previous years, while trying to manage being a pro player. Like he is extremely mature and level-headed for his age, and it's inspirational, honestly. Like that he's and like even like now, like he's going to the gym a lot. Like he's like actually thinking about like looking after himself, and he's like trying to build a stream. So even when he got rid of school, like he's still like working on top of work. So yeah, like his work ethic is insane. And in terms of like his personality, like he's been on these podcasts too. Like he's goofy, he's funny, he's like that in practice as well. So yeah, like he's definitely a positive person to be around. But for me, most importantly, like he's just extremely coachable. Like he's a sponge.
Yeah.
Like you can go to him and be like, all right, like that we're gonna work on this week and we're gonna keep an eye on it, and he'll be like, all right, yes, coach. And within like 2 scrims, he's just like all but fixed what he needs to do.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's like kind of rare to find. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Player like that
It's
with that
definitely a
kind of
gem.
mechanics. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
gem. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he has like he obviously has like insane like in-game intuition as well, which comes in clutch a lot of the time.
Yeah.
He's cracked, dude. His entries
He's
are insane.
insane.
Space creation, all that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the whole package, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
We're
especially,
gassing
like-
him up a lot, dude. He's
Yeah,
gonna watch
yeah.
this and be like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, we've been telling them, and like, we're trying to push him. We're like, straight up telling him, like, you could be the GOAT. It's like
Yeah.
literally up to you, and if you keep up the work, because he has the talent, he has everything going for him.
just put in the work now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know if it's the easy part, but it's for another podcast. What about Zellsis? He's a character.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Morale, as I would
Yeah.
describe him. Brings the vibes, which I think is a big part of it. If you were to
Yeah.
ask me, how has it been coaching him?
He makes my life a lot easier.
Yeah?
I mean, for sure. Like,
Really? I thought he'd make it harder. Actually, no, I'm kidding.
No, he says what he's thinking, right? So if we have a bad prac day, he's the ball of fun and sunshine and energy, and then if we're messing up and trolling, like you can feel it that you can feel when he's
The
frustrated.
veteran experience comes in as well.
Yeah,
We're like,
for
yo,
sure.
guys, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. And so he just holds everyone to a really high standard. So does it mean. So having them together, kind of doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just really good at, I think he can, like, Amin's very calm and dialed in on the calling and can really keep the team level. And then because Jordan has a different personality and isn't focused so much on the strategy, like if a certain player's like really down, he can like joke and like amp him up. And
Which helps.
Exactly. I feel like having, Amin's leadership and Jordan's leadership, like as a coach, I've been able to focus more on, working with Drew to help specific players or strategy. And like, sure, sometimes I have to stay in a timeout, like, hey, can we chill out a bit or something? But like, I feel like it rarely happens where I had to do it so much last year.
But now it's like happening through the team itself, which is ideal. Like, it also looks like they're just having fun.
Yeah, totally. Like, I'm sure you can comment on, John and Zellsis have such a, like,
there's a
great
camaraderie
bond.
in the team, it feels
Yeah.
like, that didn't really exist as much last year.
For
like,
sure.
even the fact that you guys stayed in Korea after.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like just talking about Jordan, he definitely makes my life easier, and like it's kind of like my right hand man.
Mm-hmm.
My I don't know.
Your
Like
co-pilot, your co-pilot.
yeah, my second in command, because like I don't know, it feels like we just he's like very like morale guy, and like has super high energy, keeps the energy on the team, and makes me like kind of just focus on being dialed in and like chill.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I don't know, just a typical round, it would be him like, I don't know, just like keeping the morale high, the comms high, and like at the end of the rounds, like cheering people up. Then like I can come in freeze time, just like dial everyone back in and like keep it calm. So like just like keep the energy level like
Take
steady.
some of the workload off of you of like
Yeah.
having to hype the team up and having to like maybe even point out like people fucking up. Like, you don't want to have to do it all. So there has to be someone that's kind of contributing
Oh, yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
leadership sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it is like a team effort, because like you can't do everything yourself. You definitely need like help, and
Yeah.
he helps me a lot with it. And especially he's also like a good mid rounder,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good ideas.
yeah, you can tell he's like very vocal,
Yeah.
like super vocal. So it does help a lot, and like it doesn't show, especially like if you're watching, like
You can't see it.
like a
while
lot
you're-
of the fans are like, what does this guy even do? Like
Yeah.
They think he's just yelling.
like
Yeah.
vibe merchant. It's like this guy's he tricks us all. He's just running around.
Yeah.
But in reality, he's like doing a lot like behind the scenes and being super vocal. And yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just giving him his flowers.
It should be said as
Flexible.
well. Like it's like I'm not sure if it's been said already, but like even though like we talk about like him bringing up the vibes and stuff, like when it's time to get serious and like call people out,
Is a
and
switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
for
like
sure.
he's very good at doing that. Like he won't like be around the bush or anything. Like he'll tell you what he feels and he'll be honest and constructive with it as well. Like in a way that like builds everyone up and gives them confidence to like be better or to like work on something together. So yeah, like he's not just the guy joking around and getting everyone's vibes up. Like he can also be the guy to kind of like cut the crap sometimes, to be like, hey guys, we need to get this right, and this is what we're doing wrong, and this is how we need to fix it. Like, come on, let's do this. We could be better. So there's that element of it too, which is really, really good.
Yeah. I don't want to gas him up too much, but it's a
Yeah, it'll get too sad.
I had a similar role in my previous teams as well, but it's a hard job because like you kind of are like balancing everyone else's emotions and putting it on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, essentially you're like taking their emotions and what they're feeling and trying to like, account for it. So if you notice someone is down, you kind of put that on yourself to help make them better.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we're cheering Zellsis on in the sense that like he can keep it going. But I think it's his personality, so I don't think he's too worried about it. Like it's just how he is. So that's the nice part about it. And leading to the last two, what about the Brazilian guy, Saucy and Pancada? I think it's the most interesting in the sense that, different culture, different players coming from different systems and all that. How has the experience been coaching them? I'm sure there's been a lot of, ups and downs. Yeah.
I mean, they came from, a championship team where they won, champs, and their work ethic is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they have an appreciation for things. Like I get a lot of feedback from them on, as like a coach on like how to structure practice better, like what things they did on Loud that worked well, like how important it is to just be really drilled at certain things and have certain focuses in the day. Like obviously that's stuff we've always done, but like they have a real appreciation for that. And I think they really understand that, or that, they seem to feel that that's why they want to,
their
World
work ethic and their
Championship.
system and their thought process of how things work.
Yeah.
So they've brought a lot of that stuff over.
Yeah, they like to be structured, and like as a team and individually too. Like, like Sasi really likes to know. He likes to have as much of the situations he can be in already planned and thought out. Like protocols, that's a common term in pro FPS games, right? That's like when you're in this situation or this happens, what is the optimal thing to do? We're running this setup and they take A main. Like, how's our reaction going to be? Those are protocols. Every team has them. He's got a great appreciation for them. He really thrives when he understands and is familiar with the situation he's in. So, like,
This is for Saucy.
yeah. And I think Pencott is really similar. They're actually really similar in that way. So, we've definitely like had an appreciation for getting more organized as a team in terms of practice and in the server because of that. And obviously they just are both, they want to be world-class and perfect players at their job. So, sometimes that comes at the cost of like flexibility, but when you get to put them in spots where they get to do the job they're best at, they'll deliver every time. And they're super composed on stage, right? Like I'm never worried about those guys getting nervous.
Yeah.
Obviously, they wouldn't have had the pedigree they do.
It's hard for them too because they're coming off such a big high and then into such a low. So I feel like they've kind of experienced it all as well. But moving away from that, what do you guys think of this upcoming VCT format and schedule? I would also like you to walk me through it because I'm also not entirely aware of it. I believe it's 4 groups, if I'm not mistaken.
So there's a kickoff with 3 groups.
3 groups.
And you play through your groups. It's GSL style and
Double elim?
Double elim in your group.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you come out second, because there's an odd number of teams, you have to. Everyone that comes out second have to round robin each other.
So Group C's got 3 teams.
Yeah.
EG, Crew, and G2.
And EG got a bye.
So EG gets a bye based off of their winning champions.
Yeah.
But it's not the same team. It's just the org.
No.
Do you guys think that's
strange.
No.
I mean, I it's fair in that like it's the standard they've set for other regions.
fair? I think it's fair. It's
yeah,
the
like-
org. It's the org spot.
But it's like the principle. It's like you've got Fnatic who've got their buy, you've got Paperix have got their buy, and those guys like definitely deserve it.
Yeah, who would you give it to otherwise? Like it would make
Yeah,
no other
it would
sense.
be weird. It'd be weird if they were just like, no, EG is not going to get this because
Yeah.
I mean, they've still got some of the same players and like the same coach and everything. So it's not like it's an entirely different team. I understand the argument, but this is a league format we're talking about. So there needs to be some consistency in it. It makes sense.
And looking at your guys' group, you've got Loud, Leviathan, and 100 Thieves. Are you guys happy about this? Are you guys, bummed about it? Is it whatever? Is it a fair group?
I mean, it is.
It's a tough group, right? I think low-key.
It is.
Loud. I don't know how good Loud. Did they replace Aspas? Who did they get for Aspas?
They got Quick.
Quick. I don't know who that is. I don't think.
He used to play with Furia.
Quick from Furia. QCK?
Yeah.
QCK, yeah.
Dude, I think I played him in ranked the other day.
Yeah.
And I think we won.
Okay.
Nice.
So we're good to go.
I'm trying to hurt his confidence
But
from the
that's
inside.
the only
I
scrim.
mean, it's
Uh,
definitely the hardest group
Yeah.
I
by
would've took
far,
Group
and it's
C.
also the most crowded group.
You think Group A is not harder? They got NRG, Furia. I don't know how their team looks. C9, we just saw them, but it was obviously off-season event. And MIBR. Yeah, I think your guys' group is harder for sure.
Yeah.
I think that Loud is probably going to come hitting hard. I think that 100 Thieves, especially off their loss, is going to be hitting hard. And I think Leviathan, they got Tex now, is also like a pretty strong roster. So it seems like Group B is the hardest here.
Yeah, it's hard to say, right? Like Lev could either be insane or they could take a while to work things out. Like as Sen fans know, when you kind of create a roster and mix around a lot of different players from different teams and regions, it takes time. There's growing pains.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. 100 Thieves, I'm always confident against just because it's a
Dude, that
fun
was so
rivalry and we always
Oh, this guy's jinxing us.
have some hype games against them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're about to pull this clip
Yeah.
after the match.
Oh.
You guys play Loud first, right?
Yes.
So you guys probably won't have any like anti-strike. Those guys have been like ghost for the whole off season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are they scrimming now at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably are. Like
You would hope so. I mean, I guess.
They are.
They were practicing in Brazil.
Yeah, a lot of the South American teams were like because they're only based in LA for the league. They went back to South America to do their practice, their off season, whatever, get their visas sorted, of course. So like MIBR, for example, they're like our Brazilian neighbors, like they just got back recently and they're starting practicing here. So Loud have definitely been putting in work, and they always turn up. They always turn up to a new year with a good product, right? So like we
take it serious, yeah.
Yeah, like we expect them to be ready to play.
Yeah.
But obviously, like we're not going to be going in with any like set idea on how to play against Loud. We're just going to be trusting, the process of our own off season and being prepared for that match ourselves.
Yeah. Do you think there's a storyline there with the Brazilians being on our team and, Loud? Yeah. Obviously, like the Loud fans probably, I don't know if they fuck with Sentinels that much because we kind of took their players, but is there a storyline there?
I won't speak for like the whole like Loud vs Sentinels, like the fan base thing, but I will say that like Sassy Pancada, those guys, like
they want to win that match for sure.
They relish.
It goes the other way too, though.
Yeah, not just against Loud though, but like just against their fellow compatriots.
Yeah,
like they get really fired up for it in particular.
That's gonna be a hype game, actually. Now that I think about it, with all the Brazilian viewership.
Yeah. I mean, it is the two biggest fan bases in the Americas for sure.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna be getting some mean tweets, regardless.
win or lose, we're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a banger way to start the year.
Yeah, it's gonna be hype.
And I mean, the groups, it's like if you ask ChatGPT, give me the most clouded group of all time.
Oh yeah, it's not.
And this is what you come up with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's gonna be fun. Definitely excited.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Riot knows what they're doing. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed us breaking down a little bit of the angle of leadership on the team, how things work, and how all these decisions are made. With that being said, if you want to see the extended cut, that'll be available on Sense Society, and we'll see you guys for the next one.
Peace.
Some of the players they struggle to they know something doesn't feel right about their setup or their position. They struggle to understand why it is. They're just like,
they don't think about the thought process too much behind it.
Yeah, so they're like, we have to ask them some questions and be like, okay, why does it feel uncomfortable?
Lead them to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then from there, we can have we can start to open into a broad discussion about